Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel and RebornFX. Today we are going to do a bit of a station tour with the Blaine County Sheriff's Office Paleto Bay Station. I do have another one of these lined up for Sandy Shores to show our MLO down there. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to do a walkthrough of all of the little offices and stuff, take a look at where the cells and interrogation is. We'll walk through and take a look at some of our vehicles that are in the parking lot, that are general patrol, supervisor, and some specialty units. And then the Sandy Shores episode, I think I have planned where we'll show off just the vehicles that are available to supervisors, so sergeant and up. There's a couple of different setups based on rank. So sergeant and up, you can run any vehicle with a supervisor skin that's roof light or slick top. Captain and up, you can run, I think Ghosted is just captain and up in the slick top versions. So we'll take a look at those at the Sandy Shores episode, but let's go through and take a look at the Paleto Bay Sheriff Station. So you come in through the front door here into kind of our little reception area. There's some seating spread out. The coffee machine actually does work as well, so if you third eye it, you can buy a coffee or some sort of mochaccino drink of some sort. All of our coffee machines, vending machines, snack machines, stores you can buy drinks or food from. I'll kind of go over that a little bit more with the vending machines at the Sandy office just because there's more of them. So you'll get a little bit more detail on that. So we come in here, and this is where one of our civilian staff members would sit, just to take, walk-in complaints that would require our deputies to go out and take a look at things. They would also run through some admin work for us, and all that fun stuff. So we come through here and turn down the hall, and there's a bunch of seating in the hall for civs to come and wait while they're talking to different officers for different reasons. Or I guess I should say different deputies. So this is the briefing slash conference room. So this is where our officers would come to. I gotta stop saying that. This is a sheriff's office. Deputies, god damn it. This is where our deputies would come in and get their briefing from their captain, their sergeant, whomever the highest ranking officer is for the patrol, would come give their briefing here. Any news conferences, if there were any big drug busts or any big cases, the sheriff or I would do a news conference here. Come out this door, and we've got a main public bathroom. Pretty simple. Through this door here is the captain's office, which is temporarily mine. So the way that it's split up is our Sheriff Peden, who is Alpha 132. He's our server owner. So the way that we're splitting it is he has his office in Sandy, and Paleto and northern Blaine County is kind of mine to operate. So we're just ironing out the details in terms of who's getting the big office, which you'll see here in a minute. So this is our dispatch center. Again, this is where our civilian members that work for BCSO would come, take emergency calls, dispatch them out to our deputies, and do whatever paperwork was needed for that. And this is the big dog's office. Hopefully one day I can convince him to change the plaque on the door and make it mine. But yeah, so nicely detailed, lots of wood. He stole that from me. I got that on a hunting trip about a month ago, but I guess because the rack was really big, he wanted to keep it in here, so I'm going to make sure he doesn't take credit for it. Through this door here is our officer lounge, so we've got a couple of nice big comfy chairs, some spots where you can just sit and do some notes if you need to, have a break, have a coffee, cook some food, that kind of thing. Come back out here, and this is the Detective Bureau. So this is kind of a shared space for our deputies and eventually detectives, where they would be able to come and sit and do their paperwork after they've processed someone downstairs. Through this door here would be where like the captain or the LT for the detectives would have their office, and then they've got just a little storage spot here for their files and things. And then this is also the backside to reception. So since we know the detectives don't really do a lot and they're mostly sitting on their butts doing paperwork, we laid it out so that the Detectives Bureau had an earshot of reception. That way, if anything, started to pop off, they could come and assist real quick. Come down the stairs here, and we will head towards the armory, the evidence locker, and the cells. We come in this door here, and this is our armory. So this is where you can get all your patrol duty weapons with the third eye. There we go. So, again, we've got 2 sidearms. We've got a conductive energy weapon, pump shotgun, patrol carbine rifle, non-lethal shotgun. So this shoots a conductive energy weapon round. It's actually really effective at long range, surprisingly enough. Baton, flashlight, which you can use to see evidence like shell casings. All of our ammo, our LiDAR gun, our flashbang, just other useful tools that we have. And then through this door here is our evidence locker. So we come in and you third eye again, and this opens up your evidence. Or it doesn't, because I'm not carrying anything, but it would if you had evidence. Once you analyzed it, you could put it in here and pick a locker number, and you can link that locker number to the case for the person that you're working on through our MDT. We'll do that kind of stuff a little bit later on when we do a bit of a walkthrough on how to use our MDT and all that stuff when it comes to cases. That'll also be visible in some of our RP where we do a little bit more investigation stuff. So this is the mugshot area. Obviously we're taking our subjects that we've arrested, putting them in front of the board, taking their photo. That way we've got that on file. Here's our cells. So they are 2-person cells. Usually we would keep the standard protocol of females and males separate. So, we'd put 2 guys in here or 2 females in here. We wouldn't do mixed gender. And then this is our lineup room. So again, if we're doing an investigation and we need someone to identify a subject, we'd put 3 or 4 people in here and have them identify that subject. And then this is the lineup observation room. obviously is one-way mirror. That way the subjects that we have lined up can't see who our victim is and, you know, make threats of further violence or whatever towards them. We head down these stairs here to interrogation. This is the interrogation observation room. Again, one-way mirror, recording equipment, all that fun stuff. This is where we would have our interrogations done with our subjects. And then through this door here is our morgue. So the county coroner's office is right here. Small little space. Got some analyzation tools, printer, files, that kind of stuff. Come back out this way, and we've got the full morgue, which is also our evidence analyzing area. So if you come over here and you press your third eye, any evidence that you have on you, whether it be blood evidence, fingerprints, shell casings, you can analyze it here, which then you would walk over to the evidence locker that we were just in and log it in there. Obviously, this is also where the coroner is going to do some autopsies, and there is the cold storage back here for pre-transport. What's this door? That door is a door to nothing. Okay. Alright, so let's go back upstairs. And we'll go out into the parking lot and take a look at our specialty vehicles as well as our general patrol vehicles. We are currently hiring for probationary deputies. So basically, no, we'll do the locker room tour first before I get back into that. So you can come in here. There's a little change marker right here, so you can change out of your civ clothes and into your uniform when you're on and off duty. And then there's another bathroom right here. Yeah, so we are currently recruiting for deputies. Probationary promotion structure is dependent on how much time you spend in server and obviously how well you play. You know, if you come in, you're a probie, you're gonna ride primarily with me for a patrol or two, just to give you the kind of basic knowledge of how we do our patrols, how we run the radio, how we do our reports, that kind of thing. Once there's kind of a knowledge and, you know, we see that there's aptitude after a couple of patrols, then you'll go out on your own as a probationary deputy. After about a week or so of decent gameplay, you know, you're in for a couple hours, a couple of days a week, you'll get promoted up to the rank of patrol deputy. And then again, you know, once we see that there's some competence and you're running your calls well and you're not just, you know, running and gunning GTA Online style and you know, having ridiculous chases and fail RP and stuff, then the sheriff and I would sit and we would look at, you know, our numbers and what we would need for promotion and leadership up to, you know, sergeant, captain, lieutenant, that kind of thing. And we would promote from there. I know that state and LSPD are also actively hiring. We'll get in and do a walkthrough of those assets in a few episodes. Primarily my focus is going to be obviously on BCSO because I'm the undersheriff. So yeah, I mean, feel free to join. The link to our Discord will be in the bio of this video and all of our videos. So yeah, come on in, take a look around, do some gameplay, join the team. It's a great time. Unlock the door, dummy. So we come out. So these are our specialty unit vehicles. We've got our box trailer that you can put any of these three in. So the motorcycle, the ATV, and the side-by-side all fit in the trailer. You can lock them down, close the door, haul them off. The motorcycle unit does require specific testing, but we'll just take a look at what the motor unit looks like. God-awful helmet. So yeah, pretty decent lighting package. It is not ULC, but it does the trick. And the bike is pretty quick. Obviously, you know, you're not going to be trying to pit people with it, but definitely good for running traffic or on busier days, getting through traffic to get to calls pretty quickly. Let's hop off this, and then we've got our ATV and our side-by-side, which are, again, pretty simply set up, but, you know, they're only really going to be running around the beaches and up into the mountains when we need to go assist Game Warden with any calls. Game Warden is primary on the state parks as well as the national park, but we will get called out to assist with any search and rescue stuff. So the sheriff and I right now are the only ones that have access to the SAR equipment for obvious reasons. But yeah, so if we were to get a call to go out and assist the warden with something, then we've got things set up where one of us would run out and grab basically our version of, you know, something like a beast, which is this search and rescue truck. We attach the trailer, throw a side-by-side in it, and away we go. And then the other responding unit would grab either the Ram 1500 that we have or the 2023 Tahoe, which both have capabilities for towing, and bring out either another side-by-side or another ATV. We wouldn't necessarily need two of these trucks out on one call, which is why we would coordinate on who brings the truck out and who would just bring out a secondary search unit. And then we have Eagle 1, which is our air unit. This isn't used too much, only because we need a two-man crew. So we don't really want to take members off the road to be able to fly it. And it does require a pilot's license in order to operate it. So it is here, we just, again, don't use a whole lot, and we're hoping that once we get our numbers up in the BCSO, that we'd be able to, you know, get this thing out a bit more, use it for pursuit tracking, use it for searches, that kind of stuff. It is actually a really nice chopper. It handles really well, and it's pretty quick. I believe it's also the largest of the three helicopters. I know State has their own chopper. It's a little bit smaller of a model, and then LSPD has a very small, nimble air unit that we call Pigeon 1. But we'll take a look at those aircraft when we do the State and LSPD walkthroughs. So right now, oh, I lost my hat. I gotta refresh my skin. Hold on one sec. There we go. So we'll go and we'll take a look at our patrol units here in the parking lot. Is this gate gonna me out, or am I gonna have to block it with the other side? Nope, I'm gonna have to block it with the other side. Well, don't I feel like a dumbass? Alright. No. There. Thank you. Okay, so the three vehicles here on the right are our primary patrol units. So the FPIU and the 18 Tahoe are available to probationary deputies right off the bat. And then the Durango is available to full patrol deputies once you're out of probation. And then obviously the three of them have supervisor skins for sergeant and above to use. The 18 Tahoe is only available with roof lights in a supervisor skin. The Durango and FPIU are available as slick tops, as well as I believe in ghost markings, which I think I'm going to set it up so that the Durango is shown in the ghost setup with the Sandy Shores episode, so keep an eye out for that. They are relatively quick. The Tahoe is probably the slowest of the three, but it's still, perfectly capable in its job. So if, you're a player that comes in and you don't necessarily need to be balls to the wall, 130 not kilometers an hour, it'd be miles an hour, 130 mile an hour responding to calls, you just want to take it easy, that kind of thing, the Tahoe is going to be perfect. The FPIU and the Durango are a bit quicker. They top out somewhere in the 120 to 135 range, so they're definitely going to be good for pursuits. Again, because we're a more rural policing, that's why we've chosen 3 SUVs as our frontline police vehicles. Mostly because of the back roads and rugged terrain that we have to deal with. So we are not a sedan-heavy division of law enforcement at all. I think we have a Charger that's available at Captain, and that car is honestly really only used for pursuits. We don't have a traffic unit per se, but you can set them up with ALPRs and stuff. So if you were a higher rank and you wanted to run some trafficy stuff and do a lot of interdictions and pursuits and stuff, you would do that with the Charger, which is sitting over here. But other than that, we are a very 4x4 heavy, all-wheel drive, SUV heavy division just because of where we patrol. So this 23 Tahoe, which is again one of the 2 vehicles that does tow, along with the Ram. The 23 is available at Sergeant rank, I believe. So it's only available with supervisor skins. Again, with roof lights, with slick top, with ghosted livery. It is pretty quick. It's definitely a lot faster than the 18 Tahoe is. But again, we're not going to be typically doing a whole lot of pursuits with our off-road vehicles. We typically let state kind of handle the primary function of those pursuits. The Ram is available, I think, at Captain. I think that's where we have it set at. So again, kind of just a general patrol vehicle, tow vehicle, responding up into the mountains for calls, that kind of thing. I will show the light pattern for park mode on the Ram. It is the same flash pattern regardless of the vehicles. Oh, why are our bumper lights not working? Let's fix that. There we go. Yeah, So all of them have surface mounted bumper lights. For the most part, they also have rear window light. You can't see it on the Ram because unfortunately when you tint the windows on the Ram it completely blacks out the back window. You've got surface mount lights over the wheel wells for side visibility. Front push bumper or grille lights plus dash light plus roof light. So that's what the park pattern looks like on those. And then we will go over and take a look at the run pattern on the Tahoe. There. And this is the run pattern on the Tahoe. So again, it's a little bit faster. These are all ULC vehicles. So yeah, there's that rear light stick. These are all ULC vehicles, so when you are in drive mode, this is what you'll get, and then when you stop, it will flip to that park pattern. And then go back to the regular flash when you start driving away. Alright, so that is kind of it for Paleto Bay. Thank you for watching. We're somewhere around probably the 25-minute mark here in the video. So again, this is RebornFX. We are a full role play server supported by ERS, which allows us to do kind of callouts and stuff when there isn't much going on with our civs. Look for the Discord link in the bio of the video. If you have liked this video, please like and subscribe for more content. I will be getting out patrol videos with ERS, Civ roleplay, a mix of both. So keep an eye out, hit the bell, that way you get notified whenever I post stuff, and come join the community. Have a great day, everybody. Talk to you later.